So first of all, what I wanted to do a short video regarding self-defense in jiu-jitsu. Self-defense is the best way to get a good offense, but there are many escapes from all different variations and different sort of holds and what have you. But what I wanted to go through first, really, one of the main key ones that's going to get you out of pretty much anything, which is the elbow escape. So I'm going to go from 3 different ways of getting out of the hold with using the elbow escape, and then also how to actually attack your opponent afterwards to actually get a submission as well. So first of all, we're going to go from side control. We'll go from full mount. We'll go from full mount first. So we'll go from full mount. So obviously at the moment, what a lot of people don't understand is that they are in a dominant position, not because they're just on top, but they're also isolating my hips as well, which is the main thing that I need to use to try and obviously defend myself. So what I want to do really is, first things first, is as he starts trying to attack, so he starts coming for the neck or anything like that, is I need to frame. So come around this way here. So he comes right over the top, but I need to get a frame there. So basically I put my arm, my arm goes across his hips and also his thigh. So then I can sit there and monitor him and stop him squashing me too much. Not that he will do, because he's light anyway. So as he comes into here, next thing I need to look at doing is basically isolating this knee, his left leg. The only way to do it really is, a lot of people make the mistake of putting their foot down on the floor, thinking they can push off. It doesn't always work, but the best way for it to work is literally get your foot higher than your knee. So if you get your foot higher than your knee, then you can scoop it underneath his leg. Now from there, all I'm going to do is push his leg and catch it, and then lock up with my other leg from there. Now that gives me the opportunity, now I've off-balanced him slightly, so therefore I can now start looking to work on this leg. So from here, I'm going to scoop my hips out to the side. He's going to try and keep his weight on top of me, and as he does that, I'm going to bring this knee through and get my guard back. So now I can start from here, looking to try and attack him, and then obviously he's going to look to try and pass my legs. But the fundamental thing here, so if you sit back here, is now a lot of people think, well, they're still winning because they're on top. But I've got my hips back. My hips are now sitting on top of his, which now makes me in also an equally dominant position. So if he's on top here, his body's on top of mine, but my hips are on top of his. So if he tries to go higher up, so go and push up, all I do is stretch my hips out, and that stops him coming. So we'll do that one again. I'll go from this side. So you go full mount again. So putting on weight. So he's sitting on me, he's going to attack. First thing first is guard. Now the biggest issue a lot of people do is they sit flat on their back. When they're flat on their back, you're not really going to be able to do much work. So you turn slightly to your side. Isolate this leg and his hip, and from there, foot goes higher than your knee to hook underneath. And from there, you can push the knee over and then lock that leg. So now he starts to come a bit more off balance. What most of them will do is they will put their head to the other side to try and equal their balance back out, which makes my life easier. Go to the other leg, scoop my hips out, knee comes in, wrap back round from here. Alright? So that's from full mount. So the main thing really is getting your hips back into play. Go from side control this time. So, a lot of the time people like this one. If we scoop round this way, scoop round, because this sort of position will happen a lot. So what we tend to do is Kieran's sitting his hips quite low down, so most people will have their knee in to make it a little bit harder to get this elbow in. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to frame from here and here. So I'm looking for that again. And what I want to do now is I want to basically scoop in to get my knee underneath his body. So as I scoot in and push my bum out to the side, my knee comes in, and from there I come back to wrap around. Basically back to what we was just a minute ago. Do that again. So Kieran was holding like this, which is more of a sort of a defensive hold inside control, but sometimes they will go into more of an attacking hold. Same thing works. Elbow down, push in, scoot your hips, and then knee comes round, and then you're back into your full guard again. And then from there, most of the time they will sit themselves back to stabilise themselves. They'll start grabbing hold of your gi and then looking for their next opportunity of what they're going to do next as well. And the last one, from behind. Now, this one's not a good position to be in. If you're here, you're in a bad position already. See, they tend to take this seatbelt grip, but one will come over, you can start grabbing my lapel, putting across, or he's going to go straight in through. So first things first, I need to monitor the strangling hand. Now, with Kieran, his head is lower than mine, which puts him in a dominant position. And he's going to want to take me this way, so he's going to try and lean me over, so then it puts me in more of a weaker position, ready to snap this on from now. So, I want to control where we're going. So the way I'm going to do it is I want to send him that way. So as I do it, I'm going to basically straighten this leg out to force him over. Now from here, we're going to use the elbow again, and all I'm going to basically do is get my head lower than his to make it harder for him to now attack me. Still monitoring this hand, making sure it's not wrapping up from there. Now, Kieran's now got one option and one option only, because as I start sliding out, he's got one option to try and gain base, and that is to literally come straight back over again. But now he's back here, we go back to where he was a minute ago. So he comes in, I monitor that hip, knee goes lower than the foot, hook over, and I'm back to where I started. So now we can I can take the fight back to him. Right. What I want to do to show as well in the video, if we can, is I want to show how we can take this bad position. Do you want to go back in the full mount? So this is a bad position. He's more dominant, he's isolating my hips. He can come over the top, start going for my neck. It's not a good position for me to be in at all. But I want to show you how quick we can turn it from defence to attack by using this elbow escape method. Now, first of all, I need my hips. That's the first thing I need. So he comes across to try and start attacking. I frame, same as before. As he comes in, hook up, and then back round, get back to this position. Now again, like I said, they tend to hold your gi tight here, thinking they're going to get their position back and what they're going to do next. So what I want to do is I'm going to use my hips now and my hands to completely put him off balance, to actually get my position on top. So as he tends to sit up, elbows in, holding in from here, what I want to do, if we move around a little bit, Kieran, underneath. What I want to do is I want to reach my hand underneath that arm and grab his gi. Now what I tend to do with the gi, a lot of people just grab thumb in, or they grab it like that. I tend to create like a little ledge, so I put my fingers in and wrap it. It's just a bit more of a stronger grip, harder for him to get out. So again, I'm going to go underneath this arm and I'm going to grab that gi. So now, what this now does is I'm going to use this arm to pull and my hips at the same time to off balance into one side. Now by doing this, literally I can't just pull one and not do the other, because what will tend to happen, if I just pull this arm, he pulls it back, we're not getting anywhere, we're just burning energy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap my legs, I'm going to lift and pull at the same time. Now from here you can see Kieran's head is still lower than mine, so it makes it, or still higher than mine in respects. So it makes it a little bit more awkward for me to start attacking him from here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to that elbow escape and get my head higher than he is to give me more of a dominant position. So by doing this, I come up on the elbow and I scoop my hips out. So now my head's higher than his. It makes it a little bit easier for me to now start attacking him. I let this bottom foot, the one wiggling, let that go loose, and I'm going to use this one to basically stand myself up. No, on your knees, arm up. And then basically I'm going to go and turn over and go onto his back. Knees, mate. So he's going to start turtling to try and stop me getting anything, but first things first, I'm going to do is reach for his wrist, and then my aim is to flatten him straight out. Come back up to your knees. So literally from in here. But from here, I can control, start breaking his base down. I can go straight for his neck. Not generally a good idea because he can just roll me off and then start get his defending, and then he can start gaining the position back again. My main aim really from here is that I'm going to start giving him something to think about, to start trying to defend, but my main thing really is to stretch him out and sit him right down, and then I can start coming in and then get me choke. Alright, hope that helps. See you later.